Hi, I'm Tricia Pine at rejoiceinyourvoice.com, home of the Complete Singer System, where I help people who are passionate about singing sing with more beauty, joy, and confidence. One element of my Complete Singer System is healthy singing technique. Now, while I want you to connect deeply with your body, have a powerful mindset to support you in your singing and your performing, as well as having the ability to be an authentic storyteller through the lyrics, through the heart song that you wish to share, having a healthy singing technique is a valuable tool to truly unlocking the potential of your divine instrument. I firmly believe that the more we know about our entire instrument, the more empowered we can be to make choices that help us in our speaking and in our singing. It is for this reason that last week I gave you 5 tools to allow for a relaxed jaw while singing and speaking. And this week I am giving you another 5 tools, but this week we are concentrating on allowing the tongue to relax. So why is this important? Well, of course, the tongue is involved in any of our singing. Even if we're doing a simple ah or o or e, the tongue is involved as it shapes that vowel. Then as soon as we start to add consonants, then the tongue is directly involved. So having a relaxed tongue can truly help you sing with the core of your voice. Now, what does it sound like to the audience when we hear someone that may have some extra tongue tension? Well, it may come across as a pressured sound, some type of pressure in the tone that feels a little bit uncomfortable to listen to. You may sense as an audience member that maybe the breath isn't moving as freely as it could be, and also the diction may be somewhat manufactured, inhibited, affected. Now, what does it feel like when you're singing with tongue tension? Well, this could actually come across as being painful. You may feel hoarse when you're done singing or speaking. You may feel fatigued when you're done singing. Now, what happens is it's often not the tip of the tongue that you're going to find a lot of tension. Where it happens is at the root of the tongue, where it interacts with the larynx. And when you have this tongue tension, sometimes what can happen is a chain link reaction where it affects the larynx. The tongue, of course, is involved, and then it again affects the quality of your tone. It affects the airflow, and it affects the timbre or the color of your voice. So this week I'm giving you 5 tools to stretch the tongue. Just like an athlete getting ready to work out, or when you're going to be doing some yoga, or when you're going to be running, you stretch out your body slowly. Well, the tongue is a part of your entire instrument. So to give it some attention will help you be more aware of how to utilize the core of your voice. So first, I want us to get an idea of what neutral tongue position feels like. And for you, you're going to identify this by simply realizing what the tongue feels like when it's in the resting position. It's neither being pushed down or intentionally arched up. It's neutral, it's soft, and it's supple. And the tip of the tongue is just behind the front bottom teeth. Right there. Okay? So once you've identified your neutral position, then you can move to the next step. I love to do a yawn to stretch the tongue. This is also great for the soft palate. It relaxes the jaw, so really you get all sorts of benefits from yawning. Important part about yawning as a warm-up is to allow the tongue to come out and down. Sometimes when we're yawning, the tongue decides to go back up just out of habit. So rather than it being back up, allow it to come out just a touch when you're yawning. Oh, oh. Okay, that releases the back of the tongue. Another way to release the back of the tongue is what I call four corners. And this is not a pretty exercise. You're going to really see my tongue here, but this is what I'd like you to do. As you stretch out to the bottom, really stretching from the back all the way down. Then that's one corner. Then you're going to go up, stretching up. Now to both sides. This one I love. Ha, ha. And be aware if the tongue starts to want to pull back in when you start to vocalize, because it means it's grabbing there just at the root. Ha. Okay? So that's a nice one. The four corners is great. Then the next one is I like to do is this curl, where the tongue is right behind the bottom teeth and I flex it forward. I love this one because I can truly feel it in the back of the tongue. See what that looks like? And you can do it while you're vocalizing. Ah, ah. Okay, you can play with that. Now another way is you can also use the chew, just like last week, to release some of the jaw tension. You can chew a little bit with the tongue because it gives the tongue a separate identity, another job to do, rather than being directly engaged when you're phonating, when you're making sound for singing. Okay? And the last one that I'd like to share with you is a little variation on the tongue curl, this one, but we add a pencil. This one I picked up from a wonderful teacher in Alaska, Nancy Caudill, and she gave me this suggestion. What you do is you place the pencil in the curl and you can sing from that space. Now for me, I had to be careful a little bit because I found I wanted to hyperextend the jaw just a touch. So be careful not to feel like you have to push it down, but I'll give you an example. I would do entire songs in this. Now you kind of want to have your own pencil. You don't want to share this one with your students or with your other friends. Have your own pencil that's just for this work, but I would do entire songs, phrases, pieces, operas with this there just to check to make sure that my tongue was stretching in the back and not getting involved. All right, so what do you have here? You've got figuring out your neutral tongue position. You've got the yawn. You've got the chew. You've got the four corners. You also have the tongue with the tongue curl. And then you've got adding the pencil in there to really give you an idea of how to keep that arc in the tongue. All right. The tongue is a crucial player in what's happening with your vocal tone, your vocal core of your sound. So give it some attention this week, but promise me that you won't obsess about it. It's just one part in the overall picture, in the overall painting of your voice. So play with it, have fun, see what you come up with. You may come up with some other tongue stretches and exercises, and I would love to hear about it. All right, until next week, rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.